Now normally, soldering is probably done in the prep room. Strip the end of the wire really cleanly. Yeah, have a practice. Lean it against the wire. Okay, we leave it there for a while. So I'm going to put a plug on this one. Okay. Yep. Do you want to have a go?
I'll have a go.
Okay.
So what we have here is a flame test.
Yep.
I'm using this camping stove. So what we do, and this is lithium chloride.
Okay.
You just spray it into the flames. What you can do is you can turn the lights down a little bit.
Love that.
So do you want to have a go?
I certainly do.
Strontium's probably the nicest colour. There we go.
Scarlet.
It's a lovely red.
Now I know what my teachers will do.
Well,
They'll go like that.
yes, and you can see it's quite dangerous.
I can see why.
So
I mean,
they have to, again, when you go back and you actually tell them this method, the best thing is to actually show them themselves and just warn of the consequences of actually doing it too much.
This makes things, that's right.
Back to Julia, and the soldering seems to be coming on a treat.
Blow on that a bit because that will be quite warm. That's okay. So that's it. Well done.
Do you test them afterwards, or I suppose you know they're going to work?
I know they're going to work. Julia did a really good job for her first time. It can be quite a nervous thing to do because you're scared of the heat and everything else. But I think she's done a very good job.
This looks really interesting, actually.
Everything seems to be going well, but Simon has something a little more challenging lined up for Sue, the ammonia fountain.
So what we'll start off doing is we've got basically a round bottom flask.
Yeah.
Put this syringe in through the rubber band. And then what we need to do is if we go over to the fume cupboard.
Yeah, okay.
Now what we're going to do is heat the ammonia so it starts to boil and evaporate into ammonia gas.
Yeah.
If we use the piece of litmus paper as that's now boiling, this should turn blue.
Wow.
There we go. So we're actually producing ammonia gas, which is alkaline. Put this on here now. So we should now have dry ammonia gas. Put our flask here, like so. If we add some hydrochloric acid.
And obviously any molarity will do.
We add some universal indicator solution. You can tell the kids or the teacher what colour this is going to change to.
Yeah, that's a good question. What colour will that go?
Yeah. So if we add it in.
Cool.
Fill up a syringe with about 10 mils of water. And we just need to attach this onto our syringe there. Inject the water into the flask.
Yeah.
Right, solution's going up and it's changing from red to blue.
Oh, wow.
But when Sue tries it for herself, things don't go quite to plan.
Yeah, I can't get my bung won't go in.
It is quite a tight fit.
That's a very tight fit. That will not fit.
Can we turn?
Yeah, do you
could actually grease it if you're having a bit of trouble. Just fill up the syringe.
And then I'll just go for
inject these.
Just inject.
No, we've got a problem. Something's not happened there.
My experiments always work.
To be honest, Sue, it's pathetic compared to Simon's one.
Take your blooming thing with you then. It's pathetic, isn't it?
It is.
Pathetic. You were going to die. You were going to work. You do not defy me. Yeah. Okay, so let's have another go then.
Let's put it in.
But off now, inject.
There we go. Well done.
Thank you. I think that is something that before I would feel confident showing it to kids, to demonstrate in front of a class, I think I would have to have 4 or 5 goes at it myself.
Having seen Sue win through with the fountain experiment, Simon teaches Julia some glass bending moves.
I'm just going to make a simple bend for sort of like the start off for a delivery tube. Yeah. Score it with a glass cutter, pushing it away from ourselves. There we go. Perfect. And then we should start to see.
With her newfound abilities, Julia will be able to make equipment to order and save money in the process.
That's brilliant. That's great for a first try.
Stand back and I'll let you
Sue and Julia are getting some top-flight training specially tailored to their needs. But science learning centres around the country carry out regular professional development courses for science technicians. They even teach people how to cope with the dreaded Van de Graaff generator.
Personally, I hope not the Van de Graaff, my least favourite bit of equipment.
Right, so now we're coming to the dreaded Van de Graaff. Now, but really the Van de Graaff's a pretty safe piece of equipment. But if you've got any heart problems, you shouldn't really use it. If you've got any medical implants, you shouldn't use it, like cochlear implants or pacemakers or hearing aids even, then that can still damage them. So what we'll do is we'll just start it off.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
So it does sting, but it's not... Yeah.
It's not too bad.
No.
Science demonstrating calls for a bit of creativity, and Simon is never short of neat ideas to make things more visual.
And I think it's working. Using the pie dishes is actually quite a nice way of doing it. So if we... Oh, some keep on coming off. So if you want to discharge me with a stick...
What, touch it anywhere?
Yeah, touch me anywhere. And then if I let go, I shouldn't be sparked. There we go. Can we have Julia up?
Go on, Julia.
Now, I want you to stand on the box. Now, we always have a box or a tray or a piece of polystyrene just to make sure you're off the ground. And I want to put one hand on there, and then...
So I just go like that?
Yep, and then if you take your hand off, there's no sparks. Just touching the fluorescent tube to the... You can already see, even before we've touched it, how that's already starting to flicker on and off. What you can do, which is a nice little trick to do, is actually just draw the light up with you.
It's amazing. It's incredible. Oh my God.
It's been a hugely successful day of learning and surprises. New skills have been acquired and old fears have been demolished. But Simon isn't finished yet. He still has one more surprise for Sue and Julia.
So, how did you feel today's gone?
I think it's been absolutely brilliant. I've really enjoyed myself. Yeah.
And have you felt you've learned anything, which is the most important thing, probably?
Yeah, because I mean, Van de Graaff was excellent.
Yeah.
I love the whoosh bottle that showed us at the beginning, and the ammonia fountain. I forget a
And
lot
do you
of
feel
it
you
as well.
feel more confident in performing chemistry
yeah.
demonstrations?
Yes, I do. Yes.
And Julia, how have you felt today's
Yeah, I've
gone?
enjoyed the soldering and the glass work.
And they're things you've never tried before?
No, that's right, so that's really good. I can use them at school.
Oh, yeah.
And did you also feel a bit more confident performing demonstrations as a part of a team?
Part of a team, that was fine, yes.
I need you to, well, both of you to do something.
There must be some payoff,
But
because we've had such a lovely day.
There is. Got a few things I want you to do when you go back to school.
Okay.
I want Julia to show her soldering skills to you, and the other thing I want you to do, and this is both of you, I want you to put on a demonstration circus
Okay.
back in school for a group of students.
When?
Well, hopefully within the next week or so.
Just have to go away and think of what we can do.
That'd be great.
Okay. I've had a lovely day. It's been really good to meet you. Thank you very much.
And it's been very nice having you both.
Good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1 week later, and back at Manor School, Sue and Julia are well into the old routine. As promised, Julia teaches Sue how to solder electrical equipment. But unfortunately, she hasn't yet plucked up the courage to demonstrate in front of the class. Sue, however, hasn't lost her bottle. What she doesn't know is that Simon Quinnell is eavesdropping on her show.
I've got a bottle. That nearly got me then, didn't it? If you want to come and feel this, you'll feel it's hot, but it's not maybe as hot as what you think it would be. A bit warm.
That's it. She's taking it around the room now, which is really good.
So I'm actually going to put this to one side now.
That's a nice touch. She's going to come back to that later.
What I'm going to do now, I'm going to do something called the methane bubbles. So for this I need Mrs. Walton. And Mrs. Walton is going to put her safety glasses on and going to wash her hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a very big one, we'll do a little one. Bat it off. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bubble that through there.
That's good. She's working with the teacher now to actually do the methane bubbles experiment.
Stand with them at arm's length and lean back. Okay? Again? Is it warm? Feels warm. Do you remember me saying the bottle? Should we have a look at the bottle, see what's happened to the bottle?
What is the stuff in the bottom?
In here?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
Is it the gas that you put in, the liquid you put in before?
Do you think that'd be possible that I could still have the liquid left?
Probably not, no.
Probably not. Why not?
Because it was burnt and you drained most of it out.
I did. Yeah, that's right. So what are the products of combustion? Yes, Johnny?
It could be carbon dioxide at the bottom.
Yeah. And?
Hydrogen. No, not hydrogen, because that would have been burnt up.
Yes.
Oxygen. Water.
Water, yes, it's water. So in actual fact, this is really a mini cloud that we've made in here.
That was really nice.
Now I want a volunteer. Right, Steph, I want you to get hold of this. Put it on there. It's wherever we stop our hands.
Sue is going great guns, but here comes the old enemy, the Van de Graaff generator.
So here comes the Van de Graaff.
So have you got hold of that, Ben? Might work today, but it's a little bit damp.
He's got quite bushy hair, so it might not work.
I'm going to turn you on, and then we just wait. Don't let go. Now, it might take a few moments for this to work. Can you feel anything, Ben?
No.
Yep.
Ben?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give up on you, Ben.
Oh, that's nice.
Can you feel anything happening?
Yeah, what she should try now is
Really?
trying to put the cake tins on top of the Van de Graaff, because that should work.
Van de Graaff on. I think I need
The thing is, if it hasn't worked with one student, it's unlikely to work with another one.
Let's give it another go.
So she tries. You see, the Van de Graaff's going on a bit too long now. That's the only problem. Well, she's not getting flustered, which is a good thing, because when things do go wrong, some people will get flustered and worry about it. Ah, here we go. There we go.
And that is basically what should happen on your head. And thank you very much. Thank you.
It's time for Simon to spring his final surprise.
That was a nightmare. Because if I was doing it properly.
Hello.
What on earth are you doing here? Go away.
So, how do you think it went?
I think I burbled.
I didn't think you did. I think you handled most of it really, really well.
I think the Van de Graaff was excellent. Considering I didn't ever want to do the Van de Graaff, and I've now volunteered to get all the kids back and we'll do it one lunchtime. And I really enjoyed doing that.
You've got over your worries about using something like the Van de Graaff.
Oh, because it's always, the thing is, it always seems so temperamental. But even today, even though it's a really damp, awful day, I think it worked very, very well.
It did. I felt while I was watching it that the Van de Graaff went on for a bit too long. That after the second child trying on the head, I would have just said,
I think
quits.
the problem was because the teacher has a clock up there, and I was very conscious of the fact that I've got time to fill.
Well done.
Lovely to see you again.
You too.
Nice to see you. That was a bit of a shock.
Well done.
Thank you.
Over the last week, Sue and Julia have gone from competent technicians to super technicians. Following Simon's course, they are now ready to face the challenges of the modern classroom. If you want to know more about professional development for science technicians, then take a look at the Teachers TV website.